Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I've got both the Maytag and the Whirlpool. I've got sheets in the Whirlpool and I've got maybe a half load of normal stuff in the Maytag. And I'm going to do another Washday washing holding the camera because I haven't done that in a while, so figured I'd do it again. So I also, one other thing to note, I took the front of the Maytag off, so every now and then we'll stop underneath to have a look at the amazing orbital transmission doing its thing. I'm not sure, we might fill this up all the way, but I'm going to see if I can turn this to maybe about large. I don't use large that often, so we'll see where that gets me. Yeah, warm. We're going to turn this to 8 minutes. Maytag, we're going to start this off maybe about there, yeah, medium-ish. We're going to run the full 12-minute cycle on that. We're going to be using Tide Pods because I ran out of my Tide powder. And that was, the Tide powder, that was pretty good by the way, so yeah. There we are filling in the Whirlpool. Warm water is, oh there we go. It's getting colder here, because for you guys in the States, summer is probably just around the corner. Well, we just had our summer, so hopefully it doesn't affect, well, it might affect the cold water a bit, but I mean, this one has ATC, so it really doesn't matter. And goes this. There goes the Maytag with that water pressure. Another Tide Pod. And for those of you who don't know, this is the Spring Mito flavor. I actually really like the Spring Mito flavor. It's a lot better than the liquid Tide, but has a wonderful scent to it. It's really easy to use, which is probably like my most loved thing about it. Now I did have white vinegar maybe about a week or so ago, but I unfortunately ran out of it. So we're just going to use a little bit of water. Oh yeah, see this? Once again, the Maytag takes all the water pressure. Oh, there we go. I can never aim this correctly. Not full. Now it's full. Let me throw this back up there. For those of you who don't know, I had a bit of a disaster in the laundry room not too long ago, because I had, my setup was 3 machines, and the pipe in there is not large enough for me to have all 3 hoses draining into the outside. So I have to put some of the drain hoses in the drain in the tub, and that caused a few issues when I went to go soak an agitator for one of the machines that I have in here, and basically what happened, I left the plug in the tub and it overflowed. So yeah, that was a thing. There were a few more incidents after that, so, but I'm just glad to have these two machines back in service. And now I make sure to always have the plug out of the tub, so yeah. Now I do not use the large water level that often, so I don't know how high this is going to fill. If it needs more water, I will adjust it accordingly. And this one, as you can see, it has plenty, so good thing we left it where it was. Focus, yeah, there you go, on medium. Always, oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how high it fills. I mean, we could get away with that. It's gonna roll over. But is it enough? Yep, it's better, so. There you go. I guess that'll work. The awesome thing about this Maytag is that we have infinite water level selection, so I can truly adjust this accordingly. And it, like, the tub on this washer, at least compared to this one, is like very big, so this is like one of this washer's strengths. Is the water, is this capacity. You can hold quite a bit of laundry in this washer. And like, look at how it rolls over. So that orbital transmission is truly doing its job there, because and like, you look at it, the fins are causing a bit of splashing. And also, another thing, the tub's not indexing too much today, which is nice. Sometimes, especially on larger loads, it likes to index, but it's kind of settled down today, so that's nice. was something floating in there. I might have to fix that later. Oh yeah, see that? Whatever that is. Dispose of that. Yep. Alright. So you can see it's sort of moving, but at the same time it's also kind of stationary. This pump is currently going in reverse. It's been a while since this machine was moved, so I mean, wait, look at that, there's spiral webs. And then here's our new motor. It's still doing its job really well. So that is underneath the Maytag. I always try to show people underneath the Maytag whenever I get the chance, because it's so easy to take the panel off. And just to show them just how much better these old washers were made. Look at the size of the springs. And like how well these older units are made, because in the 80s everything, or even the 90s, everything was made to last. You could get a fair amount of years out of these washers if you looked after them, but like even if they broke in like 5 years, this machine is very easy to service. But reliability, that's not, I wouldn't consider that this machine's extreme. It's more about the ease of repair. I also had somebody was talking to me about how this washer, they made it so that everything was easy to see. Because, but if you notice that the fonts on here are really big, and you have a temperature guide to help you choose the temperatures correctly, and you can even match the temperatures up to the where the timer points. Yeah. But take for instance, we did a regular 8-minute. That would match up to the regular light, which is medium soil, cottons and linens. If you were doing towels or work clothes, on the other hand, you would prefer to set it to the 18 or 16 mark on the timer, and it would that would be the optimal way to wash those. Over here is for permanent press, shirts and blouses, and then silks and synthetics. There is this little odd one over here that says woolens that you don't get to see on here, but still. You can match these up accordingly to the color of what is on the timer. Then you have 5 water levels. It's not infinite, but it's better than 4, because that's kind of like a common one, and this one is just going to drain. And I've just realized this is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be about there. I have no idea why that is loose, but yeah, something happened and it came loose, so. But yeah, everything on here is really easy to read. And now the Whirlpool is draining. Maytag is still washing. I think it's moved again. Might have moved a little bit. Yeah. Maytag's doing a great job. And this one is very simple as well. Yeah, very simple controls, very simple. And now this one is going to go for a spin, hopefully soon. Oh, wait a second. We're going to go for a double spin here. Pipes. That's a 640 RPM spin there. It does a nice job spinning. It's respectively quiet. I don't think it's as quiet as the Maytag is though. The Maytag is really quiet during the spin. And as you can see, our orbital transmission down here is on the move. And the pump is draining. Just about out of water here. Alrighty. This one has a 620 or 618 to be more precise. So it's just a little bit behind this one over here, which should be about to stop just about now. Yeah, there you go. Guys, wasn't that just perfect timing? Then we got over here the spray rinse. It actually hits the clothes, which is nice. that gets water everywhere. Although this poor Maytag, one of the Gentilani was next to it. It's like poor Maytag got water all over it all the time. But yeah, sometimes it can strike back in the form of a spray rinse. So alrighty, we are both of them are filling for the rinses. We've got straight cold water coming in through this one. Then the mighty Whirlpool over here. Let's straighten that out just a little bit more. I should probably super glue that. Or something, yeah. It's just that whenever, because in the rare time where another person does use my washer, they usually mess it up, which is annoying. This Maytag over here, this is a family favorite now. So, and it's like a machine that you can always go to because it's so reliable and easy to use. Here we go, we are rinsing. Look at all the bubbles coming out of the sheets. Everything instantly rolls over with one of these direct drives. See that? Look at that. Everything is being pushed down and rolled over. The performance is amazing. And you can see how the extra large and the large water levels are compared, because like you had the large, which was, I don't know where the large was, but it was way down there. The extra large has added tons of water, but at least everything isn't just sort of floating around. It's all constantly under the water. So, and that's what a direct drive does, guys. And speaking of rinsing, you can really hear oh, I forgot to show the belts. Yeah, that was a pretty good view. Alright, now big question. Which one's gonna go for rinse for, spin? Well, obviously this one, because the spin drains, but which will drain first? I guess is the big question. The Whirlpool or the Maytag? This could be close. If the Whirlpool shuts off first, then we know for sure it's going to be this one. But the Maytag has a pretty long pause, so... Okay. Okay. Not even a second. Oh. It kind of came up a little bit there. Not even a second difference. That was barely like... The Maytag almost had it. That was so cool. Oh. So when both of these are draining, this is what the outside is doing. So there you go. Look at them both. Isn't that awesome? I absolutely love it. Oh, you can hear this one sort of moaning away. So somebody told me that's a dry bearing sound, so... I'm not sure I'm gonna fix that, but well, there's nothing I can do about it unless I decide to one day fix it, which I would love to. This Whirlpool has had a full restoration done on it, and I mean full. I took the whole tub off of the frame and completely cleaned it. The transmission has had a rebuild done to it because I needed to get inside of it to do the agitator cam, which had a chip on it, thus causing it to make a annoying zipping sound during the spin. I even, excuse me. I even disconnected all the wires from the control panel, and I got them all like de-dusted and or rusted. And the control panel has been thoroughly cleaned out, and yeah, back together again, and this is a fully restored Whirlpool. I only had one issue with it, but that was my fault because of user error. This is only the first direct drive I've ever owned, so I broke the motor coupler. Because I used to think that these washers were invincible, but it's occurred to me that they're kind of not, but if you look after them, they kind of are actually, so. And now that I look after it, this washer has been running for me flawlessly, basically. Haven't had a single issue with it. This poor Maytag's waiting a restoration someday. It kind of needs it. Sometimes it, but especially when I put it in storage, that's when it needs it the most. Because when I bring it back out, there are all sorts of things that come out. The belts, they squeak. The machine has a bit of a tub leak up there. Yeah. Whenever I bring it back into, I don't know why, but whenever it sits for a long time, it likes to leak. So that's a thing. And then of course there's that annoying bearing noise, and that squeak during agitation. It all comes out whenever I bring it out of storage. So, yeah, this one, it does need a restoration done to it. I just don't have the money nor the tools right now. So one of these days I'll get around to doing it, because I mean, after all, it's a Maytag. You'd want to look after it. So if I got it restored, this thing could potentially run another 10-20 years. What? Ah. Man, good thing that didn't fall apart during the wash cycle. That would have been bad. Come on, camera. My camera has adjusted itself to be a bit blue. Nope. And it'll correct itself eventually. Nope, there's more. Okay, somebody forgot to empty their pockets. Let's see, it caught some of it, actually. Well done. Come on, camera. Oh, there you go. Oh, and more. No, don't do that. The slim filter has moments where it just absolutely shines. Then other times it kind of doesn't. I'll tell you what, I don't really care about how it works. It's just so easy to clean. I love it. It's one of the easiest lint filters I've ever dealt with. And I know there's such a thing as the automatic lint removal theory. But if you design the tub correctly, it'll stay in between the tubs. But personally, I don't think that works. It's kind of yeah, I don't think it works. Especially with like towels, I can kind of see it with those. But I think that's the only thing with this washer, is I've had complaints about lint with this machine. That's why I would love to get a GE filter flow at one point, but I do not think those are here, those GE filter flows. If they are here, they're very rare. I just haven't seen one yet. But yeah, also the Whirlpool belt drive, the old 80s Whirlpool belt drive, I'd love to find one of those. I know they are in Australia under the name Mallee's. So Mallee's Whirlpool. But over here, I'm not so sure of that. I can tell you this, I have seen a avocado green dryer match for a Whirlpool belt drive, but I don't know if maybe that suggests that they're over here or not, because like, and that was like the only one I ever saw. Other than that, I have no clue. And like, New Zealand is such a small place. It's like, why would you ever bring an American washer here? So, if anything, I'm very lucky to have these two washers. So, oh yeah, the brake has developed this squeaking sound. The squeaking sound that is more common with the newer ones for some reason. It's starting to develop in my Whirlpool, so I might need to address that in the future. Everything is coming out very warm, and that's because of the warm spray rinse. See, no lint filter. It all gets supposedly out of the drain hose. And granted, I have seen lint come out of the drain hose before. Even on this Maytag, it's happened. But it doesn't. It's not very effective in the end. So, anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it very much. It's been a long time since I've been able to run both of these machines together, let alone hold the camera, because I've been quite busy lately, so I was glad that I got to hold the camera again. I hope you all enjoyed the video. There will be new things coming up eventually. I have a surprise coming up in, I don't know when, it all depends. It could be months, could be a long time until it is ready, but I have a new machine that I'm working on right now, and when I get it fixed, I'll be very happy to introduce it to you guys. So, but until then, take care, and I will see you, as always, in the next video. Bye for now.